the channel. Welcome back to start my streams. I'm all over the bloody place. I tend to rush the start, so I tend to just spend the first part of the stream just messing about a little bit. P-Gib, how are you doing, mate? Let me a sec. I'll be back in a minute. So where are we next, Jan? Live for the season open. I'll do. Alright. Lobby 1 is live. Paste. Right, that should work just fine. How you doing? Good to hear. So what you're watching, ladies and gentlemen, is we wait for the viewers to trickle in. So if you're watching this bit, you're most likely watching on YouTube. So hi YouTube. You're watching the Next Gen Racing PowerMax eSeries. This is returning once more, the Renault Megane trophies, proving to be a very interesting and exciting car to drive. I was just about to go qualifying. So the same format as last season for those that are familiar to it. So a 10-minute quali, a 20-minute race. We don't have tyre wear, we don't have fuel depletion. Just wait for the cars to get out of the pits because this next bit is pretty loud. As soon as they start to scream out, there we go, we've evaded it. Redneck Hillbilly, thanks for the follow. Swargy, I'm good, mate, I'm good. I haven't seen your name in here. Are you racing? Or have I just missed you? Yeah, where are you? Swaggy. Yeah, so this is very much designed as a get in and drive. Don't need to practice too much if you don't want to. Although lobby one's pretty competitive. We've got some new drivers in as well. We should have mostly a full lobby. Ruddo's stuck in the pits though. Ruddo's got the pit glitch. So JPH, I don't know if you're listening, but we've got a car driving backwards down the pit lane. That is more than likely an issue on Ruddo's end. It's, well, to be fair, it could just be GT Sport servers being GT Sport servers. Here we come. Good to have you on the chat. Burntfry, good to have you on board as well. Not really doing this season. Going to do a couple of races of the space. No worries, mate. Well, yeah, I think it's one of these things. I think there's usually always space. You know what it's like, Swaggy, mate. People quit out, or people will just have other plans, like work commitments and stuff, so they won't be able to race. So yeah, so we currently see the PMR car of JPH. He's pulled over to the side of the track, and I'm assuming he's going to be issuing some orders to the drivers in a moment. Burntfight is going good, mate. It's going good. Who's got themselves a PS5, by the way, as we wait for this issue to be resolved? Got to be honest, I've been looking at everyone having them, and I've just thought I'm kind of in two minds. So I'd love one, even in JRH, alright, mate. I'd love to get one, but release date consoles are a bit buggy. I cannot stand people hacking them up in price. I'm just going to wait until the new year. You haven't? No, I'm going to wait. No wait, GT7's not out yet anyway, and it's realistically one of the only games I'm gonna get. I'll get a couple of others, but unless Deno wait until after Xmas as well. Yeah, good comment. How did your Bathurst event go, by the way? There's another car. There's another car doing donuts. So there he is. Look at this. This is GT Sport. This is what it's all about. The pinnacle of driving simulation. Renault drivers murdering pit crew. Yeah, I mean the jealousy is there, Burntfly, because obviously they're playing a next gen console. Everyone quit back to lobby, yeah. Yeah, it's a next gen console. It promises to be amazing, but part of me is like, they're expensive. I think I'll just wait. I'll just bide my time, I think, till after Christmas. PS4 at the minute does everything I need it to do. Went well, mine not so much. Wow, is it? Oh god, we're gonna have to set a fresh lobby up. Great start. It's GT Sports servers, mate. Interesting quality tactic. Yeah, murder the opposition pit crew. No, it's not a bad tactic. I don't think Merck will be doing that anytime soon. Wish I entered in this. Yeah, but firing. Your issue has and always will be your availability, mate. It will be good to have you in this because you're a good person to have in the league. But if you can only make half the races, what's the point in taking up a spot? So I kind of get it. But I'm sure you would be welcome back. Got involved in someone else's accident. It happens at Bathurst though, doesn't it? There ain't room for two down the mountain. You've kind of got to trust it. At Bathurst, I love Bathurst. It's probably my favourite track. But you have to trust in other people so much. If you're close to another car, you have to trust they're not going to have a big accident. Because if they do, you're in it as well. Like, there's no getting away from it. Because you're downhill, your brakes aren't as sharp. So overtook me on the last lap. Oh god, I've got bad memories of Bathurst after what Bobby did to me. But there we go. That's a different conversation for a different day. Hi, Wodo. Was that you that was slamming into the pit wall, or was it another car? Love it though. Following Mark, who always have accidents. Well, you should have known then, Dada. It's your fault. I'm in the Sirocco's after the Megans. Yeah, I'm not commentating on that. Oh, we've got PlayStation server issues, gents and ladies. PSN's gone down. Way! Oh god. I can't get through to PlayStation Network. See, the thing is, I know it's not my internet this time. Yeah, it's you, Wodo. It's this. This is the reason why, Wodo, on screen. Like, alright, let me just I'll just send a picture of that into the group chat. Let me restart the game. Has it been bust all week? On and off, Swoggy. It was alright yesterday. Try it again. Yeah, on and off, mate. They were having major issues towards the start of the week. Sort of kind of got resolved on Wednesday night. We're hoping that they are underway again. So I'm back on anyway. So, you got any joke? No, I'm not very good at. I'm one MP give that. I'm not going to blow my own trumpet, but I can be quite a funny guy. But if you ask me to tell you a joke, like, I've no idea. I couldn't tell you a joke off the top of my head. I need to get a little like anecdotes book in my back pocket. I'll just chat with you lot. That's what I need to be doing. Why did the chicken cross the road? Oh, but then restart will have 5 minutes quality. Yeah, fair enough. Handicap GT. GT is handicapped. Hopefully it behaves itself. We'll see. Anyway, since we've got a few new people in the stream, thanks for dropping by the way. I guess sometimes get a bit carried away with just chatting to you. There we go, quali's underway. So this is the Power Max Racing Next Gen Megane. So short little series is probably the easiest way of putting it. So 10-minute quali, 20-minute race. It's a spec series. The drivers run at what we call 100-100, so they're not balance and performance affected. All the cars have the exact same power and weight. They have the exact same tyres. There is no tyre degradation in play, so they literally can only affect the outcome of the race by driving the thing the best way out of everyone. Don't know KB would do well. Nice. KB's in it. KB's in it, mate. He's where is he? I've seen him. There he is. He's in pit, so he's coming out now. Yeah, KB's in. He messaged today, so I and JPH got him a spot. So yeah, KB. That's the only reason Deno's in here. Bug for me now. Great. KB. Who else is stuck? Yeah, KB's stuck. Yeah, Alexis Trophy, wouldn't mind to go myself, but I thought I should too early. Yeah, it's a bit early, innit? I couldn't race at 8 PM, but I can commentate, can get away with it, because if the kid comes down, then I can just bugger off, you know. I'll wait and see what happens, whether KB can resolve it, manual quali. The problem is with that Huracan, right, manual quali, if there's a bug in the game, and there is, it'll just happen at the grid instead. It either happens in the pits or on the grid, and yeah, we can do a manual quali, it'll get him onto the grid, but well, that's if he gets out of the pits, but then it'll just stop him on the grid. So my kid is like, fuck on, like, mine just has this inbuilt sensor that knows when I'm doing something and will instantly choose that moment in time to want food, drink, story, kisses, cuddles, all that sort of stuff. So whenever I'm doing anything downstairs on the rig, she will be poking her head like down the stairs and shouting at me and stuff like this. They know, don't they? Don't know. They seem to have this inbuilt knowledge of what's going on. Has KB escaped yet? He's still there. Hopefully he can get out. He'll just qualify last week and just pray it works. It won't though, Swaggy. Ducks work like that. Yeah, but I think I would argue your duck's actually more entertaining than my kid. It probably costs less to feed. Anyway, we've got some flying laps in order. I should do some of this commentary lark that I'm actually meant to be here. So unfortunately we'll just have to ignore KB for the time being, who's too busy murdering pit crew, and just look at who we've got on track. So we'll give you a bit of a fly through the drivers, and we should get some times in by the time I'm done. So we've got Jano driving the 3M number 13 car, did well last season. Timmy DJG94, not too sure about Timmy, don't have much info on him. He'll be running the number 22 works car. Next gen Huracan, last season's champion and an absolute alien, driving the number 37 Joyce design car. Pretty much ran away with it last season. A very, very, very fast driver. Hill climb racer, someone I've seen before as well. I think he's dropped in on one or two. He's pretty nippy. 77 fast car for him. Rally Matt, number 85. I wonder if he likes rallying. He's driving the number 65 Garage Floor Tower Company car this season. Wace, who probably crashed out more races than he actually turned corners last time, with the number 66 Master Vault car. He's a formidable creature, he is. But I want to say he's spent a lot of time on project cars, so whether he'll be au fait with GT Sport, I'm not too sure. Ruddo, very, very capable driver from last season. Ruddo kept Huracan honest a lot of times. Keep an eye out for him in the black and white number 24 Geisen car. We've got Bruce Lee Hardin, number 88 Dread car. He had a good performance last time as well. I think he solidified a decent place in the championship in the end. Then we've got JPH99 in the Power Max Racing number 16. Through pure consistency and good racecraft, JPH had a good season last time as well. Next gen Saxo, again another good driver, and someone we don't see a lot of, to be fair, in the number 64 Tank Tools car. He's done a 2064 at the minute, good enough for P4, but we'll carry on running through the order. Who haven't we covered? P-Gib. Gotta cover P-Gib, haven't we? Number 13, he's in the Steel Seal car. Number 92 car, he's coming through to set his lap time now. I think the only driver not to set a time yet. And he goes P6 with a 59.3. So all drivers now on their last laps. As it stands, we've got Huracan. He's top of the table by nearly 7/10. Hill Climb Racer currently P2, leading away from Jaino, who leads away from Saxo. Third row of the grid at the minute, we've got Rally Matt and P-Gib. Then it's Les D. Whitehouse, who is another one we didn't talk about. He's been promoted from the lower lobby. Bruce Lee Hardin, P9, Ruddo, P10. Ruddo needs to get a shifty on his 2.3 seconds off Huracan. He is improving that. JPH pulled over to the side of the track. He will be taking no further part in qualifying. Timmy DJG. I'm just going to call you Timmy. Waste P13 at the minute. KB still stuck in the pits. Oh dear. Prefer ducks over kids, so my kids don't poo on the kitchen floor. Not in a while. My sales car, no one is in it. No mate, it's been retired. It has been retired. JPH, I'm going to do you a solid here, mate, and I'm going to take a screenshot. I'm going to get a nab of this timing screen for when we're done. 57.8, you alien! How dare you do a lap time like that? How dare you? Bloody alien. There should be just like a League 1 or League 2 and then a Hiraquam division. That was Bruce Lee Harding finally arriving to the party with a 59.0. He's put himself on the second row of the grid then as Bruce Lee. So this isn't the professional commentary, is it? I'm just messing about today, I'm just not in the movement. Right, most drivers I think have set lap times now. We've just got a couple of others out there. Who else have we got? So, live timing JPH, as it stands, is here. Can I take a photo while I'm streaming at the same time? I think I can. JPH, you've shuffled yourself right down the order there, my mate. There we go. So 13 drivers in play. That sounds about right. Let me get these to JPH. There you go, mate. Enjoy. I don't think it will have changed from that. Yeah, KB, I don't know what's going on, bud. TP86 Racing, evening. So KB is going to have a bit of a drive on here. Is it worth seeing if this just works? KB's left. I think what'll happen now, we'll all just have to reset. Wait 1 minute. Oh, JPH will grab that, no doubt. If KB resets his game and gets back in, and then he maybe can do something special from the back. It's Nurburgring GP. It's not like you can't overtake here. There's plenty of room to make moves if we need to. Guys, just using this opportunity for practice starts and testing braking zones down into T1 and all sorts. Hiraquam is taking that advice literally. Absolute hero. Yeah, so some drivers just having a go. Woodo's just going to win the race, I think. No, he's leaving now. Waste just getting his practice in nice and early. So that's it. That's your race, ladies and gentlemen. Join me next week for another stream. Thank you. Good night. Can you imagine? I think he'll come back, Dano. Hopefully. I think KB's just doing a bit of a reset on his game, just to see if that fixes it, and then he'll be back. But he will have to start at the back, so who knows? Anything can happen in this, mate. Honestly, anything can happen. Like, it's the first race of the season. Anything can happen. But if I want to, well, speak to JPH then. Don't whinge at me. I'm the wrong person to be complaining to. Could still make places. Yeah, mate, he could. He's got some pace, hasn't he? KB's not slow. Let's be honest. He's definitely one of them that if he's gonna race the entire season, I would say him, Hiraquam, probably like a Ruddo. Who else have we got that's up there that's going to be mixing it up at the top? Maybe Hill Climb if he sticks about. They're all going to be the guys battling it out at the top. Yeah, he does like a good battle, doesn't he? Got further than that I did on Monday. Yeah, it's oh God knows what's happening with these lot of servers. Because you can't even blame the PS5 release, because it's GT Sport specific that it's happening to. All other games are alright. It's just GT Sport. It's like Yaris. The Yaris has broke it, hasn't it? Ever since that. I've got to go. I'm racing at 9, so I have to go in 20 minutes, in like half an hour or whatever it is. So I'm meant to be racing at 9 o'clock. I'm not streaming that, by the way, because my internet won't have it. But yeah, if this needs to be starting like in the next 5 minutes, or I've got to go. Yeah, and I'm dropping things. Yeah, this is too powerful for yeah, 100%, man, 100%. No, don't want to be entering. Don't want to be entering. As KB's back in. Oh, and look at that! He's driving straight down the pit lane. KB is free from GT Sport Prison. So let's keep an eye on KB during this race, because he's going to be a man on a mission today. Hill Climb's killing his tyres. So we're doing a bit of a lobby reset now. Yeah, it's setting the grid manually. Imagine that ruined by eSeries. Yeah, you would have predicted it, would you? So yeah, manual grid set. It takes a few minutes to do, to be honest, because again, GT Sport's not the most intuitive. I don't like the labels on top of cars. I just don't like it. Don't like it. There's a D Whitehouse here. He got promoted from the league below. Didn't really keep too much in touch with how the guys in the lobby 2 were getting on. I'll be brutally honest. So I don't know too much about D Whitehouse, other than he must have had a good season because he got promoted pretty easily. So again, someone we might be able to see mixing it up. We're starting the race now. Rally Mat, don't know anything about Rally Mat either. So lots of new drivers to learn. Hopefully you guys all stick around for the full season. That'd be brilliant. One of my main gripes with last season was commentating on a nearly empty lobby. Sometimes it was dull. So hopefully we get a bit more of a full session going on. So here we go then. 20 minutes of hot French Renault action coming to your eyes. Sounded wrong, but I don't care. I'm going to go with it. This is from the Nurburgring GP circuit. Lots of chances to overtake, lots of cars technically out of position if you ask me. So KB going to be right at the back there. You can just see him back left of your screen. Then we've got the lights going on and the drivers are about to get underway for the start of the Powermax Racing eSeries for the Renault Megane. So we're just looking to see if Huracan got a good start. Then Hill Climb actually got a better start than Huracan, but he's saying that those many practice starts for Huracan have undone him a little bit. Hill Climb got past him. We've got Ruddo on the move further behind, trying to hang it around the outside of Bruce Lee Harding, but Bruce Lee Harding's parked that car on the inside. Ruddo might lose a space to Saxo there as well. How's KB getting on? He's already up to P11. Potentially... Oh, he's already up to P12, sorry, potentially P11. He's got himself past 2 cars already. No dramas so far that I can see anyway. All cars are surviving this. It's Huracan that leads us away as we go down towards the hairpin for the first time. That's Hill Climb racer Jaino, Bruce Lee Harding, Ruddo 24, Saxo, Timmy, Next Gen Layers, D Whitehouse, Rally Mat. Then KB's trying to make moves, but he's had to go the long way round. He's in P11 at the minute. P Gibb is in at P12, JPH 13th, and Wace is at the back in 14th place now. Huracan leading the way. Probably the most talked about man from last season, who also coincidentally probably got the least stream time. Because he spent that long out the front, it got boring eventually. Bruce Lee Harding trying to hang on to Ruddo 24. For the time being, the dread card is proving to be a bit of a cork in the bottle. He's losing a little bit of time to Jano up ahead. Quite early on in the race, we've not done a lap yet, so anything could happen. As you can see, that he's got it wrong. What happened to Bruce Lee Harding there? He got that wrong somewhere. Did he get a wheel? It looked like he got a wheel on the grass, but no, he nerfed himself. He outbroke himself and he took himself off. That's what he did. So rather than smash into another car just because he got his braking wrong, he took himself out, and that's what we do here at Next Gen. It is the sportsman-like thing to do. So Timmy and Saxo having a pop at each other. So it's Works V10 tools. Early days in the race though, they don't need to be smashing each other up too much because they've got Les hovering just behind them. KB from the back of the grid at the start of the second lap is up to 8th already. He's 5.2 seconds off Huracan in 8th place, so he's using this start of the race, he's using the time that everyone's spending fighting. He's getting himself through the pack. Now I said earlier, he does like these cars. We've had his compadre in the chat. And yeah, P8 at the minute for KB, so he's really on it. As ahead of him, we see Les going for a move on Timmy. That was a late move by Les. Let's go on board KB, see how he's negotiating the field. A lot of Nurburgring is single file, but there are opportunities for moves. So coming up with Schumacher S's like we are now can set you up for a move into what is technically a chicane. It's not what it's technically a chicane. We've got a car off as well, by the way. I'm looking up ahead. It appears to be a back market car, hence why I'm not worrying too much about it. But there's a car just parked at the side of the road here, according to my street. That's really strange, and I don't see it. Anyway, we'll go back and have a look at that and see what that means. So this is KB trying to get past next gen Les. Les is actually trying to make a move past Timmy. Who is that? Who is that? Just part of his waist. His waist just part there. Are you alright, waist? You okay there, mate? Anyway. Here we come then, pulling out a lead 1.5 seconds away from everyone else. Hill climb racer, so I tell you what I'm going to do, because I'm interested in this. So that lap here was a 58.0. What did KB do? 58.7. And he's in traffic. So KB here could be definitely someone to watch. The guys ahead of him are all in the 2 minutes. And Jano's in the 58s as well. Jano's representing. Ruddo 24 up to P3, 57.9 for Ruddo so far, fastest of anyone on track. He had an absolute stormer last time out. He was reeling hill climb racer and at a speed of knots as well. 58.7 for hill climb racer that time out. Red Bull Ring last season was the best race. Yeah, it was. Yeah, that honestly that was a stunning race. I was speechless during most of that. So KB here on his attack, he's trying to get past Timmy, he's got past Les. He's trying to get the next car in line then, which is Timmy DJG94. Timmy has got a KB problem as he looks around the outside here. KB can try and get a little bit later on the brakes, hold the inside for the next corner. Doesn't manage that. Timmy's tidy enough on the apexes that KB just can't find a way through for the time being. And the number 22 Works car is for all its might defending against the Fuchs car behind it. KB just had a better drive though, and he's technically going to be ahead before the corner starts. But can Timmy try and outbrake him? No, he can't. He might lose a position here to Les as well. So he's taking a little bit of a drink on board. So that's KB up to P6. This fighting though is costing him a lot of time to the guys ahead. So he's about a second behind Jano. A second and a half behind Saxo, who just that's his fastest lap of the race. And there's a big gap then to Ruddo. So Ruddo, Hill Climb and Hirokram, the top three in this race at the minute, are just starting to race in their own league now. 2.3 seconds is the gap. Let's have a look. We had some position changes then. It was involving these lot. What was happening there? So I guess it was down braking into turn 1. Oh, a car got reset. Back into the shadow realm you go. So that is Les currently running P7. KB then up to P6. Jano is a second ahead. Let's keep an eye on KB. Very, very interested to see how he gets on. Meanwhile at the back we've got Wace who's parked up talking to the stewards. Rally Matt, P13 hanging on to the back of JPH. A good little battle at the back this between JPH, P-Gib and Bruce Lee Harding. P-Gib just slides it down the inside, I guess a little bit sideways. Bruce Lee Harding I think just able to drive around the outside and keep that position. It's just left a lot of drivers now just fighting for these positions. Rally Matt is right at the back of this group, but he's chasing down a JPH. JPH, P-Gib and Bruce Lee Harding very close. These were three drivers that last season were exceptionally strong midfield contenders and quite occasionally battling for podiums as well. So we know these guys can drive, as we see P-Gib get his way past Bruce Lee Harding. Goes a little bit wide on the exit though. That's going to give Bruce Lee Harding the drive he needs to get back up the inside. There's could work for P-Gib though, because you do want the slipstream coming down here. So who's that making moves ahead? That's KB. He's going for the move on Jano. He's made up a second on Jano that lap, up to P5 for the German. He's now chasing down the Belgian ahead, which is next gen Saxo. A second is the gap between these guys. Saxo's last lap 58.6, 58.1 for KB, but these guys are fighting through traffic, so these lap times aren't necessarily representative. Meanwhile, Ruddo and Co are still pulling this gap, so 3 seconds is a gap now between Ruddo and Saxo in 4th. Hill Climb's got the 2.4 second gap to Hirokram, so Hirokram hasn't really extended that in the last couple of laps. He is in the 57s, but Hill Climb's picked his socks up a little bit, and he's not dropping that much time to the championship holder. It's probably the best way. The defending champion's got a nicer ring to it, actually, hasn't it? Defending champion, we'll go with that. Bruce Lee Harding currently leading this little battle at the back. So as is always the way with the Megans, we've got little fights popping out all over the pack. You tend to have a little period mid-race where things settle down, and then it all kicks off at the end. That's typically how the races went last season, so I'd be very surprised if it doesn't map out the same way this time. As it stands though, we've got these little packs fighting everywhere. We've got Saxo now, who's next to come under KB's fire. KB's going to have to go the long way around the chicane. He's not going to be able to do it this time round. But Saxo is definitely a man on the defensive, as KB and Jaino join in this party to try and get P4 off him. A lot of slipstream here down the main straight to the Nurburgring. Got a downhill braking zone as well, so if you're a daring late braker, it's a very good corner for you to make an overtake, but you can very easily mess it up. KB thinks better of a move there, actually. I think he was looking at it but backed out of it. Sector 2, if you can push your opponent into a mistake, make them go wide, they can lose an awful lot of time. KB's there busy flashing the lights, trying to get through. Saxo's not really having any of it. Let's ride on board with the German as he makes a huge effort to get past. I see Jaino's hanging on as well. KB's got a much better drive out of there, I'll argue. Is Saxo going to be able to do anything about this coming down towards the hairpin? I think KB's going to drive straight up the inside. Saxo tries to close the door on him, but KB's just got enough of a car in play and gets a good drive out. KB and Saxo, though, are going to go side by side through the Schumacher S. KB lets Saxo back through. This could be where KB becomes undone. He does love the lights. Disco KB. So he's doing it now, he's Disco Boy. Nice overtake there down the inside by KB. That's shuffled Saxo back a spot. The bad news now for KB is he's got a 5-second gap to make up between him and Ruddo. And the guys ahead are lapping in the 57, so he's got work to do, to be fair, if he wants to get these guys. Hill Climb and Ruddo, though, could do him a favour by fighting. Let's have a bit of a feel. So we got that little battle kicking off there. We got Les, D Whitehouse, their battle's sort of settled down. Tim is just ahead for the time being of Bruce Lee Harding, but I feel Bruce has been reeling him in ever so slowly. P-Gib and JPH make up the remainder of that little fight. Then Rally Matt is, actually Rally Matt's caught right up to this lot. 59.7 the other lap for Rally Matt, so he's starting to get on the pace. Then is the new driver. Obviously it's down to how much practice time some of these drivers have had as to whether they're that familiar with the circuit, how far they can push the cars, where the track limits are, etc, etc. So this is that bit of the race that I was talking about where it calms a little bit. And this is calm for Megan Race as we just check in on Hirokram, see how he's getting on. 57.5, fastest lap for Hirokram so far, and nearly a 5-second advantage at the head of the field. Hill Climb Racer has been falling slowly into the clutches of Ruddo 24, who's been on the attack then quite recently. That's number 24, Garrison Card, at the start of this session was murdering pit crew. He's now fighting over a slightly higher podium step. KB wants to bring an end to that part. I'm going to be interested to see what his lap times are now he's free. So he was in the 58s and 59s that time around. This is on pace to be a 57. So yeah, similar pace to the guys ahead, if not a little bit quicker from time to time. So if Hill Climb Racer and Ruddo carry on fighting, KB will get them, because he's catching them. He'll catch them quick enough if these guys keep battling each other. We've got 6 minutes left. That's what, about another 3 laps? So 4 laps, KB. So the gap's 3.7 seconds. So these guys need to do 58s, 59s, and KB needs to keep in the low 58s and 57s to be with a chance of being on their tail on the last lap. Basically. 2 + 2 is 4, -1, that's 3 quick laps. Right, okay, so Les then defended the D Whitehouse. D Whitehouse has gone on the attack then for P7. 4th on the back is very impressive. A podium is not off the cards as well, Dano. You know, it's not. Mathematically, he'd do it. He's just got to knuckle down now. Just saying about D Whitehouse. So, newly promoted D Whitehouse looking to make a stamp on the championship. He's going for glory here. Currently on the tail of Next Gen Les. We're pretty sure the top 6 are mostly made up of absolute aliens. Oh, he just gets the front wheels on the curb, and that makes the back a little bit loose. Commentator's curse, I'm afraid, D Whitehouse, as Timmy slides his way past. Bruce Lee Harding will have noticed that as well, and will be looking to see if he can make a move. There's a very bright pink and green car ahead. We'll have very dirty tyres for the next few corners. P. Gibb is trying to have a look on Bruce Lee Harding's car, but he's struggled to get past in recent laps, despite at times looking like he's quicker. P. Gibb's also carrying 1.4 seconds worth of penalties. Which, to be fair, GT Sport you get for just breathing, but he's still got to lose them before the end of the race. Harry Crom's lead now 5.5 seconds. Johnson another 57 on the board, as consistent as can be for Harry Crom. Pretty much every lap he's done is within a tenth of another one. Hill Climb Racer coming on serious pressure from Ruddo. Ruddo's actually going to have a look here. Makes a lovely move down the inside for P2. Hill Climb's got no immediate answer for that. Ruddo got a nice and tidy exit, although he's going to try and throw it down the inside his Hill Climb. For note, KB isn't catching these guys fast enough. I'm probably going to have this lap and the next one, potentially. You can see KB just coming to the back of his shot now. The gap there is 3 seconds. These guys need to start fighting a lot for KB to catch up with him. He's just not doing it quick enough. He's lapping in the 57s now. But the guys have been doing the low 58s, so he's not getting quick enough. He's not catching them fast enough yet. So where's D Whitehouse? He's still holding P9. Bruce Lee Harding. It's not too much of a P Gibb problem really to focus on any sort of attacking move. So Bruce Lee Harding for the time being has got work to do with this man in the number 92 Steel Seal car. He's got to figure out a strategy of losing that penalty. It might be beneficial for him just trying to lift off on approach to corners to see if that burns a penalty away. I can't remember how efficiently it does it here at Nurburgring, but he's got to do something, because he could be doing all this work and 1.4 seconds. How far does that take him back? That'll put him at the back basically. So he's got to lose that penalty at some point. Right, good news for you KB fans out there. That lap, he must have absolutely flown. So that lap for Ruddo, by context, 59.5. For KB, he sets the fastest lap of the race of 57.5. I think these top 4 at the very least will get round to the start-finish straight in time to start an 11th lap. So it's not over yet for KB. He's got a 1.4 second gap. I reckon he'll have that down to pretty much nothing by the end of this lap, and then he'll have a lap to do the business. So fingers crossed out there for KB. It'd just be a good story to see what he can do from the back, that's all. I know how frustrated he was at quali. Cheers for the follow, TP86. Appreciate you jumping on board, mate. Heracon pretty much looks solid for the victory. Hill Climb Racer and Woodhouse still fighting away, although not as ferociously as they once were. 1.4 seconds now the gap to KB. Saxo leading away in P5 at the minute, but Jay, you know, he's looking like he's going to try and get that place back. These guys should get round to start another lap as well. Les pretty much on his own at the minute. He leads in P7 to Timmy. Timmy, who's being chased down by D Whitehouse, who wants his P8 back. Bruce Lee Harding now with a little bit of a penalty as well. He's P10. P Gibbs got rid of a little bit of that penalty. He's got rid of a 10th, but he needs to do a little bit more. Yeah, he's looking at him now. He's trying to get rid of it now. Yeah, that's it. That's how you do it. That has unfortunately brought JPH onto his backside. JPH is sniffing. JPH doesn't need to attack here. An attack might make him vulnerable to Rally Matt. So if he goes too hard on the attack on P Gibb, it might slow him down and Rally Matt can make a move. But we'll see, I guess. Right, let's catch up with these guys. So KB, nothing doing just yet. We've got a few seconds left. So Les, does he get round in time to finish and start another lap? So Les is going to do another lap. Oh no, Les is finished. D Whitehouse just beats Timmy. With all these penalties, where does everyone even up? So D Whitehouse P8, Timmy P9, Bruce Lee Harding P10. Rally Matt is going to go up to P11 with JPH in P12 and P Gibb in P13. How did that happen? Basically. Bad news for you KB fans out there. He's not going to do it, I don't think. 1.2 seconds is the gap between KB and Ruddo. And it's pretty much slow. I mean, he did enough last time out at 57.5 that lap. But these guys picked up their socks a bit more. And Saxo's been overtaken by Gino somewhere along the line. I did say that was brewing, but I didn't expect it to happen so fast. You can't enter. Yeah, I know, because the race has started. Don't know who you are, D10 Piper, but the race has started, mate. That's why you can't enter. Yeah, well, I thought that. I did say that in comms, mate. I said if you guys kicked off so much, Rally Matt will have you both, but never know. Anyway, we'd best get on with the job of covering the leaders. KB now is on the tail. KB's on the tail of KB. You don't need to go on the attack here. He's got a penalty. Hirokram is going to win this, but Hirokram, sorry, we're not interested in it at the minute. Hill Climb Racer P2, but Ruddo, is he going to be able to fend off? Oh, I don't know. This is going to be side by side to the line between Ruddo and KB. I think KB's going to get it. KB finishes on the podium after starting at the back of the grid because Ruddo got a penalty. So Ruddo was shuffled down to P4 after pretty much running the entire race in P3. But all the plaudits and adulation goes to Next Gen Hiroclimb. 7.7 seconds is the gap between him and Hillclimb. Hillclimb pretty much solid P2 after just about becoming victorious over Ruddo. And it went from bad to worse for Ruddo when KB E36 got past him. Saxo pretty much held P5. Jaino. Oh, sorry, they swapped around again. I thought it was the other way around. Cracking drive by KB. It was, mate. It was absolutely spot on. Cannot pass to save. Cannot pass to save my life. Gave a place back after cutting chicanes. It still gave me a pen. Yeah, he does that. He does that, mate. You tend to want, what you want to do, mate, is drive on, see if it gives you a penalty, and if it doesn't, then give the place back. But it's GT Sport penalty systems. The reason why we're waiting, by the way, is because this dude's still sat here. It's the 20-minute lap. KB awesome race, great race by all involved. Thanks, JOH. Megan's back to their very best. I thoroughly agree. I thoroughly agree. Confirmation of your results then. Unfortunately, Heracom didn't get the clean sweep because I think the fastest lap actually went to KB. Yep, KB got the fastest lap, 57.5. Let me just save the replay because I do like to nip in and get a thumbnail for the YouTube video. So let's have confirmation of our standings then, because I'm going to have to shoot off in just a moment. So Heracom 1, Hillclimb Racer P2, KB finishing off your podium. Then we've got Ruddo P4, Saxo P5, Jano P6, Les in P7, D Whitehouse, impressive first race for D Whitehouse, P8. Timmy P9, Bruce Lee Hard in P10, Rally Matt in P11, picking up 2 spaces in the final sector of the race there. JPH99 P12, PGib P13, both had penalties going into the final set of corners, and Wace, who just turned up. And there we go. Right, so that's it from me. Thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going on the stream here because I'm racing myself in a moment anyway. Cheers for following D Whitehouse, appreciate that. Slightly worried KB is racing these again on Sunday. Yeah, I would be, mate. It's quick. It's quick, but right. Having to work much harder than last season. Heracom, just stop it, mate. just don't be all modest. He doesn't. I know you're a lovely guy and all that, but don't pretend. Cheers, JP. Yeah, I was a bit distracted tonight, as you can probably tell. I don't know what was up with me, but I don't. Yeah, not me finest hour, but we'll work on it. Cheers. But I think today is the most engagement I've ever had on a stream. So if you've tuned into this, I genuinely appreciate you coming in. Please tune in next week. So we'll be here again next week, 8 PM, live on the channel for the next round from this series. If you're interested in driving it, get in touch with Jordan Harding over on the Next Gen Racing Facebook page, and he'll no doubt try and get you a reserve spot if one appears. Catch you then. See you next time. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good week. Stay safe. Avoid the Rona. All that wonderful stuff. Take care. Bye bye.